killing my spirit. All that violence is killing my spirit.
Heartbreak in Dallas. 5 police officers now dead, another 7 wounded after last night's ambush.
We start tonight with team coverage of the shooting. First, we will go to Danielle Nottingham. She's live in Dallas to explain what's next coming up in this investigation. Danielle.
Police departments across the country are on high alert today. And here in Dallas, you can feel the grief, the shock, and the confusion. The community here is calling for peace and asking for the public's support.
Hundreds gathered in Dallas's Thanksgiving Square for a noontime prayer vigil following Thursday's deadly attack on the city's police force. 5 officers were killed, 7 others and 2 civilians injured when at least 1 gunman opened fire during a peaceful protest over deadly police shootings of black men in Louisiana and Minnesota.
This was a well-planned, well-thought-out, evil tragedy.
I just saw cops bending over, man. Like, it had to have been like 5 or 6 cops, like they was all getting shot down.
One suspect, identified as 25-year-old Micah Johnson, engaged in a long gun battle with police. After hours of negotiation, he was killed by a robot-delivered police bomb. Johnson lived in the Dallas suburb of Mesquite. He was a decorated private first class with the Army Reserves who served in Afghanistan. Before he was killed, Johnson told negotiators he acted alone.
He said he was upset about the recent police shootings. The suspect said he was upset at white people. The suspect stated he wanted to kill white people, especially white officers.
Much of the area around the shooting remains blocked off. The city's mayor spoke with President Obama, who promised federal support if needed.
There's no possible justification for these kinds of attacks or any violence against law enforcement.
The city's police chief made a more personal appeal.
We're hurting, and we need this community. We need citizens to show officers that they appreciate their sacrifice.
He says police won't rest until everyone involved is brought to justice.
Investigators say they interviewed 200 police officers and at least 12 of them fired their weapons last night. At this point, authorities believe there was 1 gunman. Live in Dallas, Danielle Nottingham. Now back to you.
Well, this shooting has shocked many across the Treasure Valley, especially police officers.
Scott Logan looks at how some of our police chiefs are handling the news. He's live in Boise.
I'm at the Boise Police Department, City Hall West, where the flags have been lowered to half staff and where officers have started wearing these black mourning ribbons on their badges in honor of their fellow officers who died in Dallas. We caught up with Boise Police Chief William Bones on bike patrol, who says Dallas is on everyone's mind in his department.
It's what officers are talking about, it's what our families are talking about, and just that sense of first feeling for that department, those families, that community, but also recognizing that that could be anywhere in America, and very, very thankful that it did not happen here.
Bones does not see any change in training and says at times his officers are sent out in teams of 2.
Unfortunately, our officers have to train for the unexpected every day.
Meridian Police Chief Jeff Levy sent out an email to his department after learning of the shootings.
That said, I was feeling sad, frustrated, and angry about what happened. It causes me to wonder what the heck is happening in our country. But now is not a time to become paranoid. Now is not the time to increase any sort of gaps between a us versus them mentality.
The chief also sees no change in training, but has no plans to have his officers double up on patrol.
We don't have that luxury here. Is we try to do our jobs with the staff that we have, and it's tough sometimes.
I asked these 2 chiefs if they have any plans to send any of their officers as an honor guard to Dallas for any memorial ceremony, and they both said that they would like to, but it's too early to say right now whether or not that will happen. Live in Boise, Scott Logan, KBOI 2 News.
Steve Bartlett, the Ada County Sheriff, released this statement that says, in part, the way to fight back against such horror is to continue to work every day towards strengthening our bonds with the community we serve. That's what we did yesterday, we'll do today, and will continue to do every other day to come. We are so fortunate to live in a community where we share trust with the citizens we encounter every day.
An outpouring of support for Idaho policemen today. Some people dropped off flowers at the sheriff's office on a sticky note. It says dropped off by the public in respect of the Dallas shootings.
Governor Butch Otter has ordered flags at half-staff until sunset next Tuesday in the Gem State. Otter said on social media that he wants Idahoans to keep the victims in your thoughts and prayers.